Hi everyone, I hope you're all having an amazing Monday. Today is the 4th of February and it's a beautiful Monday in the sunny, smoggy Bangkok. I am so thrilled to introduce you to my first guest. He has been to over 150 countries and in quest to finish all the 193 countries as recognized by the United Nations. He has inspired millions of people by his travels and people he met along the way. He has a total of 700 million views across Facebook and YouTube. He's an Arizona native, went to University of Wisconsin, and studied abroad in Prague, and from there, he got bit by a travel bug. He's one of the most amazing, inspiring people I know who reaches for the stars, and the epitome of giving up is never an option. I'd like to present you my first guest, Mr. Drew Binsky. Hi, welcome to the first episode of Escaping 9 to 5, and I'm your host, DEANNA. And now I am having a special guest, my first ever guest for this podcast, my one and only Drew Binsky. Hi, Drew.
Hi, love. How are you?
Very good. Thanks for joining me.
My pleasure. I'm so happy to kick off your podcast. You've been working really hard on it behind the scenes, and I'm really excited for what you have cooking for the future for all your listeners.
I know. I'm really excited. I am quite nervous.
Yeah, Deanna's been preparing really hard. She's super nervous, but this is, I want to say this is the worst that you're going to be at podcasting because it's only going to get better.
I'm really excited to get better. So, how are you feeling today? What did you do today?
We just went to the night market to shot a video on one of the crazy street food dishes that's like barbecue pork ribs, and just editing videos all day. The life, as you know.
How was the food? What did you get?
What
can we expect from the video?
Basically,
is it a surprise?
it's like a 2 meter high pile of pork. No, 1 meter high, 3 feet, and it's just like a massive plate. It's like 20 pounds. So I don't know. You were there, so you're gonna you know what we did.
We didn't even finish it.
Yeah, we didn't. We couldn't finish it.
I'm really excited to kick off this podcast with you as my first guest. First, I want to thank you for your support. Without you, I could not. I'm really not gonna execute it. I'm just have all these plans in my head. But because of you, you really helped me make it a reality. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, can you briefly explain to the listeners what you do for a living, how it all began, and where are you based? What do you do?
So, I'm based in Bangkok with you. We're in our apartment studio / podcast office. Studio right now. I make daily videos on Facebook and YouTube. Started off as travel blogging 6 years ago, transitioned into social media, primarily Snapchat when it had the boom in 2015, 16. And then I started getting in a video 2 years ago, Facebook and YouTube, primarily every day I post 2 to 5 minute videos, just kind of like documentaries telling stories about people, culture, food, nightlife, anything I find interesting on the road. But the main goal is to inspire young adults to travel more, because I myself am on a mission to visit every country, which I've been to 153 as of now, and I'm planning to visit all the countries in the world by the end of 2019, so this year. And I'm just enjoying the ride, so that's it. That's where I'm at.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
I still cannot believe that you're this close to finishing all the countries in the world. How many countries is as per the UN?
193.
And how close are you now?
153. So
153.
starting in 2 days from now, I'll be in the Pacific Islands to finish those countries, and I'll be at 162 in a month from now.
So a lot of the questions that people basically ask you is, how do you plan it? Like, do you have locals in the area, or how do you get scared? How do you like book for flights? How do you do it?
I do everything myself. It's just been like a trial and error, so I learned as I've gone. It's not really hard to book flights. It's just kind of like time consuming, and you'll pick up tips on the way of how to find the best deals and how to, and the places that I'm going, I just know because I look at a map and say, oh, I haven't been to this region yet, and then I'll book a trip, and I like to go in order. So this coming trip, I'm island hopping, like Solomon Islands, Nauru, Tonga, Samoa, Kiribati, Tuvalu, Marshall Islands, Micronesia. This, if you look at the map, it kind of goes in a line.
So you always like need a plan in advance, or would you recommend any improvisation? Like, do you need to specifically plan it out how many months before?
I usually plan out a month before, or I mean, I have an idea of where I'm going, like for the rest of the year, but I don't book flights until about a month before, just because in case something else comes up. But yeah, I mean, or just spontaneous.
But do you think that the flights would be more expensive if you're booking it like a month in advance? Like usually people book it like 3 months in advance, or some people are like a year, like they go crazy over the planning. So
Like you? No, just kidding.
yeah,
No,
like
I
me.
think like the best window is 4 to 6 weeks out is the best. But once again, it varies. It doesn't there's no right or wrong. So yeah, if you guys need any travel tips, I'm happy to help you guys at any point. Just
Yeah,
send
you
me an
always
email.
reply. The
Yeah,
good thing about you is always
I
reply.
do my best.
So can you describe a typical day in the life of Mr. Drubinski?
Yeah, of course. So basically, wake up at 8. Go. I usually will write my script for the day of what I'm gonna shoot, or if I write it the night before. Then I'll go out shooting in the afternoon, maybe into the early evening, depending on what video I'm making, and then come back after dinner, just start editing the rest of the night, or editing in the day if I finish shooting early, and then uploading a video around 11 p.m. Bangkok time, which I just uploaded one 10 minutes ago right before we started this podcast, and then do it all over again the next day. So it basically is a 12 to 15 hour workday to make a 3-minute video every day, 7 days a week.
Yeah, you post videos basically on a daily basis,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
What are the hardships of like posting content every single day? Do you think that it's tiring? What are the fulfilling, like what's the fulfillment that you get out of like posting daily?
So it's not for everyone, and I don't really recommend it because it sucks your life away. As you know, you have very little free time to do other enjoyable things like going to a movie or going to dinner, which I try to do, but I need to basically, everything comes down to time efficiency. So I need to make sure like everybody has the same 24 hours in the day, but I need to make sure that I'm maximizing the time. So I need to set aside 4 to 6 hours every day to edit every single day, usually in the night, and then filming and all that other stuff. But it is fulfilling. Like it's rewarding when a video goes viral, and then I know that I could inspire people through storytelling, through going visiting a place and connecting with people and telling their story. I really love that, and it's addictive and it's a passion. So if you do something that you love, you never work a day in your life, right?
Yeah, that's the best quote that you've ever said. The exact day that we met, because you've created something for yourself that now is like turning into a career which gives you a stream of income, and you're also basically doing what you really love.
Correct.
So speaking of making viral videos, one of the best videos that I've ever seen that you've created is about the tea couple in India. And how do you find those people?
Good question. So usually I always have local contacts in every place I go, and I usually ask them to help me find stories of people or interesting cultural things if they know, or they can reach out to their friends. And I find that to be the best strategy. I also try looking on Google, but it's harder to find people stories on Google. If you type in like things to do in the Philippines or best things to do in the Philippines, it's usually nature stuff or bucket list stuff, or volcanoes or eating foods, but it's hard to find a people story. So you have to just ask local people every time. I always find local people, or I just bump into someone on the street and I'm like, the video that I posted now 10 minutes ago, or I guess now 15 minutes ago, is about this little kid who's 2 years old who learned English from watching YouTube videos. His first language is Thai, but he learned English, and we just met him like randomly. I wasn't planning on being with him. So sometimes they come spontaneously.
Yeah, like the Azar and from India.
Mm-hmm.
He is one of your followers and he reached out to
Mm-hmm.
you. And it's amazing how these connections that you create and the network that you're earning or the network that you surround yourself with that really builds something out of it in your career, or like your career is making benefits out of it.
Correct.
Speaking of that, what are the perks of your lifestyle? Like, I know that there's a lot of like Instagrammers, a lot of like YouTube creators, content creators who's making a lavish amount of money using social media. So, in your own simple terms, what are the benefits that you get aside from free hotels?
I like the word lavish. Good word
Yeah.
choice. Not really free hotels is a benefit because I don't really care where I sleep. The benefit is just the network that I've created um, from the people that I've met. So you can almost name a country and I can tell you some cool people there that I've met in that country or friend of a friend. And it's awesome to just build up a worldwide, completely global network. And it's really exciting to travel and know that you have friends everywhere. And also realizing that people are also genuine and the media is not a good way to learn about countries, specifically Middle Eastern countries like Iran. You will hear that the people are terrorists, but none of them are terrorists. At least when you go there, the people that you meet won't be terrorists. So it's just really, it's really nice. I love meeting people. The reason I travel is for people, basically.
So basically, people also inspire you
Mm-hmm.
to
To
just
live a
for
better life.
to live a better life, also to, you know, be an inspiration to others as well.
Yes, ma'am. You're doing great so far. First podcast. I love
Thank
it.
you. Tell me what are your realizations from being a digital nomad or a content creator? Because you know your background is you taught English in Korea for 2 years. And after that, you started a blog and then it took off. And then you did Snapchat for a couple of years,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then you transitioned to videos.
Mm-hmm.
What are your realizations from that? From like the transition period of like the so-called leap of faith.
Mm-hmm. It's really nice to have my own schedule and work whenever I want and wake up when I want and not have a boss to tell me what to do. But also, you have to make some sacrifices in your life and you also have to be more on top of things, more responsible, like doing your taxes, your finances. You don't have any company that's like recording all that and you need to be really, proficient with doing that stuff because if I don't file my taxes in time, then
You
I'm
got that with the
gonna have to pay a lot of
IRS.
money someday soon. Also, like being disciplined to wake up early and to get all the shots in because nobody's telling me I don't have a deadline or quotes that I need to meet. I just
Mm-hmm.
do it myself. So that's you have to have that self determination to do it because if I did one video a week, then I would have progressed at a much slower rate, which is fine. But if you're trying to go big and make this a full time career, you should reach for the stars.
Do you think you're putting too much pressure on yourself?
No, I think I do it because I can handle it, but a lot of people wouldn't be able to handle it. It's just a matter of your personality, and I don't think this job's for everyone. I should repeat that. I don't think this job's for everyone.
Do you also think that working remotely is not for everyone?
Definitely, yeah. Some people need a boss and need to be ordered to do what to do, or they won't do it on their own. And you have to have a lot of motivation because a lot of people will just do what they think is normal, follow the trend, or
Follow the rules.
follow the rules. Like graduate, get a good degree, and then or don't get a degree, and then work a 9 to 5, and go home and sleep, and you wake up 40 years later, and you're still doing it. And I still think most of the world is living that, but I think it's
Mm-hmm.
evolving quickly.
Yeah, it's really evolving quickly, but it's becoming a revolution now of like people asking their bosses to if they can work remotely. So, speaking of finding that career that would suit your passion, or that would eventually unlock the passion to do something, a job or a career that you'll be happy. How did you figure out that passion and turn it into making a stream of income or making an income out of it? What was the ding, or what was the aha moment that you said that, oh, this is gonna make me money? Because people are very curious of how you really make money.
Um, Initially when I started my blog, it wasn't to like make that much money, more just to document my travels. But then I was writing for U.S. News, and a Huffington Post in my early days, like 2014, and then I don't know, I started getting some recognition, and I was like, oh wow, this is cool, and I would get paid very little, like $100 an article, and do like one a month, so I wasn't making much money, but it slowly but surely like accumulated, and then the aha moment what for video was the North Korea video, what got like 10 million views in 18 months ago, April 2017, and then I was like, whoa, I think I can make a full-time living off making videos, and the way I make money is through advertisements primarily, but also brand deals and tourism boards, working with tourism boards. I would say it's like 50% ad revenue. No, maybe more. 65% ad revenue and 35% brand deals slash tourism boards. And I used to make money from my blog, but I don't anymore because I don't blog. And then that's it. Those are my only income streams. And they
So
vary.
after you went to North Korea and that aha moment dinged in your brain that, oh, you can make money, like you'll do this full time, the videos, posting
Mm-hmm.
videos online. In the beginning, you were not making money off videos or
Correct.
posting on Facebook, because you were focused on posting
Correct.
on Facebook, right? Was it scary that you dropped off everything? You were not focused anymore on Instagram before because you were so focused on doing the videos
Mm-hmm.
or creating videos. Was it scary?
It wasn't scary because I had some really nice support. Her name is DEANNA, and she always like pushed me to do my best. But I was never scared. Just like if it didn't work out, then it didn't work out. I'll find something else to do. So I'm always optimistic, and I look at the glass half full, and I think that I can do it. And if I work hard enough, I set goals and mental goals. I don't write anything down. I just know, like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and then I execute. I think it's everyone says they want to do something, but executing is another thing. Is a much
Yeah.
harder thing to do. So like daily videos, it's really hard to do. Everyone might say it, but it's really hard to actually do it. So I try to push myself. And I know, to answer your question, I was never scared.
You were never scared. So there's a lot of people who's also now coming into the industry of content creation, of blogging, vlogging, creating videos and stuff. What is your best advice to the newcomers
Best
or to
advice
the newbies?
would be to um, be yourself, because people in the end, people are gonna wanna follow you for you because you're different than other people, and finding your niche is really important at the beginning. Like your brand name is huge. What you choose. If you call yourself the coffee snob, then like you're limiting yourself to only doing coffee, which I wouldn't recommend. Your name is a good brand, I think, in my opinion, because you can do whatever you want. But finding your niche, and like what if you really, really, really like pugs, if that's your favorite thing, like you do, then you can maybe talk about pugs. Although I don't think that's the best subject because you would run out of things to say. But maybe for foodies, if you're like 100% sold on being a foodie and you're not going to change, then you can talk about food. But I mean, it's just ask yourself, why would people want to watch me, and what are they going to think about me and my content, and then grow your social media channels a lot. Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, those three and only those three, because Snapchat's dead pretty much. Twitter's only good for following celebrities or quick news sources. It's not good for inspiring people. You only get 200 characters or something to write, and it's not really shareable content. So Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram are the only three platforms that I think are important now in 2019, and I think will be important for for the near future. And then, yeah, things will just slowly come into place.
That's really amazing.
Thank you.
I think that you're inspiring a lot of people now to do something, to inspire more people. We need more people like you.
And we need more people like you to podcast.
Well,
DEANNA doesn't get enough credit for what I do because she's the brains behind a lot of my video ideas and creation. And also she bought me my first camera because she thought I should make videos, which I wasn't before. And 2 years ago she said, hey, here's a camera, you should start making videos. And I never turned back. So she's a huge part of how I've gotten 700 million views. I think 350 million of those are from DEANNA.
Thank you.
Welcome.
No, it's all your effort. It's all your hard work. And also, like, the time that I bought you a camera, it's like, in my heart, I was like, okay, you really need to make videos because I know that there's a lot more bigger opportunities and I know that you can rock it, which is, you really did. And I know that you'll inspire more people using that platform compared to a Snapchat or Instagram post or stories, which only limits you to like one picture or 24-hour, availability of the story. Tell me more about the coolest places that you've been. Like,
in general?
In general.
So with you, we've been to all 7 continents together.
I know.
My favorite trip ever was Antarctica, which was a year.
You say Antarctica.
Antarctica. Yeah, see the penguins who are missing you now. They're saying, "Where's DEANNA?"
Remember when the first time when I said, "Oh, babe, penguins."
Yeah, penguins. Yeah, she loves the penguins. So we went there, and it's just amazing. Antarctica, the nature is just overwhelming, and just the penguins and the seals and the walrus and everything. So. Second favorite trip was probably Iran, which we did last year also, and just breaking the stereotypes. People think it's unsafe, but it's the opposite. Very humble people, and Lebanon I also feel the same. Lebanon is it's a very overlooked country. People just don't even, they hear about war stuff happening or terrorism, but it's just so cool. And a couple other my favorite places. I really like Vietnam, which we spent 5 months in. 2017?
2017.
And in Europe, I like Prague because I studied abroad there, and it's just a cool place. And what else? South Korea. A lot of cool places.
A lot of cool places. So now that you will be at the end of the journey, like you're coming to an end of this whole crazy journey.
It's not ending, but every country in the world.
I know every country in the world. Yes. I mean, like ending this journey of finishing all the countries in the world. You have Syria. What are the 5 countries that are very like scary as per the news or the media?
Yemen, Syria,
Venezuela,
Iraq, and Libya. Those are the hardest ones to get in. Not Iraq. Iraq's not hard to get in. Maybe Turkmenistan or Afghanistan.
Turkmenistan or Afghanistan. So how are you securing the visas? I'm
in the process of talking to people who are trying to help me out. But basically with those countries, if ever there's a chance, if someone's like, hey, we can get you the visa now, I'm going to go because the political situation changes a lot. Sometimes they close the airports. If I have like a tour guide and they're like, okay, we can get you the visa here, then I'll go because it's so hard to get into those countries that I just any chance I get. Like apparently we're supposed to get Pakistan visas like soon, so if we're able to get them, then you're coming with me.
I know, I'm so excited.
And we'll go to Pakistan in March.
We're going to Kabul.
No, that's Afghanistan. Pakistan is like Islamabad in the north.
Islamabad.
Yeah, but if that trip doesn't work out,
you'll go to Afghanistan.
I'll try to go to another country. So.
Like, are you scared because? How the hell are you gonna go to Yemen?
That's the hardest one, so I'm really scared
right now, thinking of you going to Yemen.
I'll just wait until hopefully it gets better. So if it's a year from now, then I'll have to wait a year.
Are the airports closed in Yemen?
Mm-hmm. You have to go through the Omani border.
Mm-hmm. But I saw like a lot of videos on YouTube who's people are like documenting the place. They go there, so they went through the Omani border.
Yeah, they went through the Omani border, southern border. Yeah.
How are you gonna go to Venezuela?
Whoever can get me a visa. If anyone's listening and they have a connection in Venezuela, please, Drew Binsky on Instagram, send me a message.
I'm really scared right now thinking about it.
No, don't be scared. It'll be fine.
I know, but like...
I have a good common sense indicator in my head. And what's it called? I can sense if there's trouble coming. What's that called? There's like a term for it.
Like your guts.
Yeah, like my gut instinct or
instinct.
Yeah, I just know if it's something's bad gonna happen, I'll get out of there.
So you said earlier that these countries, they're very hard to get. What are your thoughts about, like, for me, okay, I have a Philippine passport. For me, for some reason, I feel like sometimes it's unfair because sometimes when I sit in an embassy to secure a Schengen visa, sometimes I really feel that, it's unfair because I can only visit 67 countries. But what can you tell me for me not to feel discouraged? Or what can you tell other people who holds the same kind of passport who are limited only to visiting 67 countries or less? What can you tell me to make... What can you tell us to make us feel good about our passports, basically?
Well, 67 countries is still a lot. So you can visit... Like, as a Philippine passport, you can visit most of South America, several countries in Africa. And then, like, with the Schengen visa, you can visit 28 countries in Europe. And then with the U.S. visa, you can also visit Mexico and Jamaica and Bahamas and some other countries. So take advantage of the ones that you can visit and then strategically plan the ones that you need visas for. And then you just have to apply at the embassy. I've sat with you to apply at many of your visas, Argentina, really Chile, all those countries you had to get visa for, and it's not impossible, but it's just kind of a pain in the ass.
It is really a pain in the ass, especially when I got denied in the Uruguay embassy. It's really awful. It's really painful.
Yeah, but hey, me too. I need to apply for visas also, so you'll see. You can do it.
I know I can do it. From all your travels, what is what's the main lesson that you've learned? Like, what do you always tell yourself when you travel that you also tell other people about traveling? Like, for me, I always tell other people that what I've learned about traveling is I believe that there's always a good in every person.
Yeah. I always tell people that the world is very safe, despite what you may think, and it's just you have to like go to places to really know what it's like, because you can read books or watch movies, but until you like go and spend time with the people and see with your own eyes what they're eating and how they dress themselves and how they pray and who they spend time with, then you really get to know that culture or that place. And everyone's connected. Every human has the same wants and needs. If we're hungry, we eat. If we're tired, we sleep. If we're happy, we laugh and we smile, and then we all love each other. So this is, even if you go in like tribes in Africa, or if you go into any single place in the world, every human will have these same characteristics. So it's cool to see that.
Have you ever been robbed or have been to like a scary situation?
It was probably with you if I was, but I don't.
One time you were in a country where you need to bribe. Should I say it?
Yeah.
It's okay. So you were in a country where you were just like taking a decent picture of a monument and in Kazakhstan, and you were dragged in a police car. Oh, no. The scariest moment is you were in Chad.
Oh, yeah.
You forgot about that.
Yeah, in Chad, I took a picture of a kid, which I wasn't supposed to, and then everybody freaked out. I was also in a police chase on a motorbike. I was just on a motorbike taxi, and then police chase. It's just it's a very difficult place to travel as a solo traveler. They're not welcoming to tourists and video makers, or the camera they don't like. So you need to take extra precaution in some of those countries.
So how are you going to deal with filming Venezuela or...
Osmo Pocket. I got a new tiny camera that fits in my hand, and it's sneaky.
It's sneaky.
Sneaky.
But don't use it in airports, okay? You don't want to get dragged by police officers,
Correct,
you know?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, question. I have a question for you. Do you think that people who work remotely is more happier than people sitting in an office with a 9 to 5 job?
Generally speaking, yes, because they have more freedom. They're not tied down to any hours or any tasks with the boss like yelling at them what to do. But some people are happy on their 9 to 5. That's what they want to do, you know. But overall, I think if you are your own boss, then it's a really um, fulfilling thing, and I think that most people are happier that way. Yes.
That's a good answer.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm very happy.
Me too.
It gets stressful sometimes, but since I have you, you always take the pressure off of me by telling me everything's gonna be okay.
I also add pressure sometimes.
Yeah, but you're always calm. I don't know how you do it, but you're always calm. Even if maybe the world is on fire, you're gonna be like, it's fine. There's another Earth.
Correct. So it's called optimistic.
I know you're a very optimistic person. I've never met someone who's more optimistic than you.
Thank
Because
you.
I freak out every time.
Yeah.
Like if there's a bug or something, I freak out.
I try to help you.
I
I keep you grounded.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, now it's time for the rapid fire questions. I have prepared like 10 or 11, I don't know how many numbers is this. A lot of questions for you. You don't think the answer, just like say it, okay? It's either yes or no, whatever.
First thing that comes to mind.
First thing that comes to your mind.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Work at home or working space?
A co-working space.
And thanks to Hava.
Yeah, thank you to Hava in Thailand. We love them.
Mac or Windows?
Mac.
Friday night Netflix or at a bar?
I would have said at a bar in my past life, but now Netflix.
Yes, hungry party. Wine or beer?
Beer.
Early night or night owl?
Early night.
Best place to work as a digital nomad, Asia or Europe?
Asia.
Why?
Southeast Asia is much cheaper and it's good Wi-Fi and well connected.
Best productivity app?
Wunderlist.
It's gonna die soon.
No.
Lifting or yoga? None of the above because you don't exercise.
I used to. Yoga.
Instagram or Facebook?
Facebook.
Facebook or YouTube?
Facebook.
Facebook?
Yeah, for now, because it's working out. Maybe in the long run, YouTube, but for now, still Facebook.
Headphones or iPods?
AirPods.
Oh, yeah.
AirPods.
Headphones or AirPods?
AirPods. iPods are a thing of the past.
Okay. Family Guy or the American Guy?
American Dad.
American.
Family Guy. Recently,
I said
DEANNA started
American
watching
Guy.
Family Guy, and she's obsessed. So, just so you guys know.
Okay. Oh my God, I had a lot of mistakes, but it's fine.
No. There's no mistakes. DEANNA needs to understand that it's not gonna be perfect. It's okay. I'm sure if a viewer's listening, it's okay if it's not perfect. You're getting through it, and you're doing a great job, and I applaud you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
And I'm really happy. Thank you very much for being my guest.
You're welcome.
And I'm so excited for your trip, which is technically tomorrow morning. You're leaving. Oh no, you're leaving Tuesday morning.
Yeah, Tuesday morning, early morning.
At 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And I hope that you're gonna have a great trip. Say
you.
hi to James for me in Fiji.
I will.
And I know that you're gonna have a good time and just come back in one piece.
I always will come back in one piece. Thank you, DEANNA. Great job on the podcast. If everyone's listening, please rate her podcast. Just give it a thumbs up or just say, wow, I loved it, because all of those little rankings really will help her grow and inspire people in the world. And if you guys, if you want to be a guest podcaster, just write us a message on Instagram or email. And you can follow me at Drew Binsky on all social media networks. And we really appreciate you guys listening. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'll have a lot more in store for you. I have a lot of amazing people who I'll be hosting. And they're also doing amazing job or career or an entrepreneur, a freelancer who's also in the digital nomad space. So stay tuned. Thank you very much for listening to Escaping 9 to 5. And see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care, guys.
Thank
See
you.